I will tell of the Battle of Hastings, as happened in days long gone by, when Duke William became King of England and Harold got shot in the eye. It was this way. One day in October, the Duke, who were always a toff, having no battles on at the moment, had given his lads a day off. They'd all taken boats to go fishing, when some chap in Conqueror's ear said, "Hey, let's go and put breeze up the Saxons." Said Bill, "By gum, that's an idea." So turning around to his soldiers, he lifted his big Norman voice, shouting, "Hands up who's coming to England!" That was swank, 'cause they hadn't no choice. They started away about tea time. The sea was so calm and so still. At 9:45 the next morning, they arrived at a place called Bexhill. King Harold came up as they landed, his face full of venom and hate. He said, "If you've come for regatta, you've arrived here just 6 weeks too late." Then William arose, cool but haughty. He said, "Give us none of your cheek. You best have yon throne reupholstered. I'll be wanting to use it next week." When Harold heard this here defiance, in rage he turned purple and blue and shouted some rude words in Saxon, to which William answered, "And you?" 'Twas a lovely day for a battle. The Normans set off with a will, and when both sides was duly assembled, they tossed for the top of the hill. King Harold, he won the advantage. On the hilltop he took up his stand, with his cads and his knaves all around him, on his horse with his oak in his hand. The Normans had nought in their favour. Their chances of victory seemed small. Well, the slope of the field were against them, and the wind in their faces and all. The kick-off was sharp at 2:30. And as soon as the whistle had went, both sides started banging each other till the swineherds could hear him in Kent. The Saxons had best line of forwards, well armed both with buckler and sword, but the Normans had best combination, and when half-time came, neither had scored. So the Duke called his cohorts together. He said, "Let's pretend that we're beat. Once we get Saxons down on level, we'll cut off their means of retreat." So they ran, and the Saxons ran after, just as Duke William had planned, leaving Harold alone on the hilltop, on his horse with his oak in his hand. When Duke William saw what had happened, a bow and an arrow he drew. He walked up to Harold and shot him. He were offside, but what could they do? The Normans turned round in their fury and gave back both parry and thrust till most of the fighting was over and you couldn't see Saxons for dust. And after the fighting was over, they found Harold so stately and grand, sitting there with an eyeful of arrow, on his horse with his oak in his hand. Don't miss the next one.